Giannis Antetokounmpo got his hands full, and I don't see him snapping out of it anytime soon.
I got a lot of love for your position because I got a lot of love for Grant Williams. I got a lot of love for Al Horford because he's playing better than I ever expected him to. And he's been a welcome addition. His veteran leadership and what he does for you defensively on that front line is underappreciated, Kendrick Perkins. You're absolutely right about that. But here's why I respectfully disagree with your position about Giannis. I don't believe that the Boston Celtics, at least in the games in Milwaukee, are going to shoot the ball as effectively as they did in Game 2. Long shots, long rebounds, open court opportunities for Giannis. He's going to make layups / dunks, or he's going to get to the free throw line. Now, he's only shooting, shot 54% in Game 1, 55% in Game 2. So I get that. And that might work to the Celtics' benefit. I'm not saying that's going to lead to them losing this series. I still got them winning this series in 7 games, even though Milwaukee gave me cause to pause when they were playing big boy basketball in Game 1. I'm just saying I think in the process of watching Milwaukee lose, I don't think it's going to be because Giannis has been neutralized. I think it's going to be because those pieces around him, Boston found a way to negate to some degree. And they're not going to be as effective as they were in Game 1. It's going to be more like they were in Game 2. I think Giannis is going to be ultra aggressive. I think as a result, he's going to get his shots. He's going to get his opportunities. He's going to get his points. And you got to watch the amount of fouls, particularly when they're in Milwaukee, that are going to get called against Boston. So it's going to be up and down. Don't get me wrong. There's going to be some games where you're absolutely right. But I think there's going to be about a couple of more games where Giannis goes ballistic. That's how I view this.
Well, look, I'm looking at it right now, Stephen A. Okay. Giannis in Game 1 went 9 for 25, okay?
That is correct. That's correct.
In Game 2, he went 11 for 26. We haven't seen Giannis Antetokounmpo not be efficient. We haven't seen Giannis Antetokounmpo struggle like this at field goal attempts when majority of the time he's bullying his way to get into the paint. What I'm telling you right now is that them guys from the Beantown, they're not going. They don't care. They're not backing down from Giannis Antetokounmpo. And it's no disrespect to Giannis, but what I saw in Game 2 was I saw a reflection of a team that the coach has their attention.
That's
the way that they came out with their intensity, the way that Ime Udoka is speaking out in the public saying we're not ducking and dodging nobody, we coming straight through whoever, we're going to have to play whoever eventually. And then I go out and I see Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown play with that fire. I see Grant Williams getting into Giannis Antetokounmpo, body him up. I see Al Horford quietly getting physical down there and doing what he has to do. And they didn't even have their defensive player of the year, Marcus Smart. Here's why I say they're going to be able to keep Giannis from dominating. Without the Bucks having Chris Middleton, now you're able to put even more attention on Giannis Antetokounmpo. Now, all of a sudden, that late game 3-5 pick and roll that they usually play down the stretch, that's missing because you have to pick your poison. So now, all of a sudden, you key in, you take those driving gaps, you're showing help. All of a sudden, Giannis can't get to the rack like he's accustomed to getting to.
I'm not denying any of that. I'm conceding that has happened. What I'm saying to you is it going to last? And my response to that is no, not throughout the series. I got at least a couple of games where Giannis is going to get off. I know that wasn't the case in games 1 and 2. Easily concede that. I think it'll happen again in 2 more games where Boston will ultimately win this series. But I do believe there's going to be a couple of games where that Giannis Antetokounmpo that you're accustomed to seeing, that you're accustomed to praising his dominance, that you talk about no matter what smoke is brought his way, he answers the call. I think for at least a couple of games, we're going to see that from him. And it'll be enough for this series to go to a 7th game. I don't believe they're going to be able to do this to Giannis the entire series in terms of his inefficiency. I don't believe that's going to last.
Well, look, I agree with you to a certain extent that, listen, Giannis is probably going to have one dominant game. But remember this. You remember when the Brooklyn Nets and the Celtics played in the first round? And you remember after game 1, I came on here and I told you, I said, Kevin Durant got punked. And you said, what? Are you telling me KD got punked? And then you remember you said, oh, he's going to go out there, he's going to have 50. He didn't do that in game 2. I'm just telling you, Stephen A., this Celtic team, this physicality of this front line is the reason that they're the #1 defensive team in the NBA. And I'm here to tell you, if they stay healthy, they're not going anywhere. And I don't disagree. Giannis may have one game, but he's not going to dominate enough for them to win this series.
And I'm saying to you, I think it's going to be 2 games, enough for this to go to a 7th game, and Boston will seal the deal. But I think
so you think Boston's winning?
I think Boston's winning this series in 7 games. But I believe Boston has to hit perimeter shots in order to do it, because I think offensively they don't have much to offer on the interior. They need to rely on their thoroughbreds to bring home, and I think that Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum and those boys will pull it off.
Real quick, Molly, Stephen A., guess what? This is how much matchups matter in the playoffs. I strongly believe, just say if Giannis takes over this series and the Bucks win this series against the Celtics, I believe if they go on to play the Miami Heat, they will lose. But I think if the Boston Celtics win this series, which I got them winning in 7, if they was to play the Miami Heat, they would beat the Miami Heat.
Well, let me say this to you. I got the Boston Celtics going to the finals.
I got them winning it all.
What?
You got them winning it all?
What?
Yeah.
Breaking news.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.